Welcome to the Hall Center for the Arts. As you can see, it has great acoustics in here. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm echoing. But this is where we hold any fine arts performances. So we have an auditorium in this room with a stage. This is where I personally hold my new student orientations, but I'm gonna give you a quick look around the room just so you can see. As I said, this is where we have fine arts courses, so theater, our art studio is in here as well. Some awards. We have a stairwell right here, so you can get up to the second floor. We do have classrooms up there. We also have an elevator. Back through this hallway, we have our director's office, so our theater professor. His name is Dan Evers. His office is right here. We have a dressing room. There's costume design rooms back here. Have a bunch of different things. Here's the costume shop. Here's the green room, so where people get ready. After walking out of the green room, we will walk into what is called the Black Box Theater. As you walk out of the theater, we have our art area. So we will showcase that. And then we go into the art studio here. This is a look at our art studio. Students have things in the works currently. Models and ideas. But this is where the magic and creativity happens, is in this room. We also have the availability for a pottery class and ceramics course. So if you come over here, you can kind of see some of the things that have been, some of the molds. Go through this doorway, and this is our pottery studio. So this is where students have made different pieces. And we just love them being able to show off their creativity. All right, now we are in the music building. There's a very pretty plant. You come back here and we have a rehearsal studio. As you walk down this hallway, you have different sound booths. So these sound booths have pianos in them. I don't know if you could tell by this video or not, but I can tell that the acoustics have changed. We have different instruments set up in here so you can practice with. But it is very quiet in here, in an effort to help people who are practicing their music. We have a classroom with a piano, and then we also have keyboards set up for the students to practice with as well. So that's in this room. Now we'll go back out this door. And you come down here and there are different lockers set up for students who need to store their items. And then back in this area, we have offices. So that's pretty much the music building. And you can remember the Malone building as the building with the brightly colored walls. There is this brightly colored blue, green, and white tile everywhere on the first and second floors. We have restrooms for easy accessibility on this floor as well, very close to the exit doors. And then you'll make a right, and at this point you can either choose to go up the stairwell to the second floor. It looks exactly like the first floor, otherwise I'd take you up there. But it just has classrooms, or you can go through this set of double doors. As you see, we have a classroom open here. This is one of my favorite rooms here. This is our science study lab. So we have different models that students can come in and use. They can check these out and use them. If they need a quiet place to come study, this is a great area. I don't feel like a lot of people know about it, but they will after this video. But we do have a whole bunch of different models, and these same models are available in the library as well for checking out in there. We also have computers and microscopes, so we walk out of that room, we have more classrooms that line the hallways. In here we have our A&P lab. This is where students will come to work on any labs that they're signed up for. There is a lab for each science. So if they are enrolled in any of those, this is where they'll be doing coursework. Coursework that does not involve lecture, I should say. This is where they will put into practice what they have learned. Now, as we finish up in the A&P lab, we walk out of here and we continue down the hallway. As you see, like I said earlier, this bright blue and green tile is everywhere, so you can't miss it. If you'll go through these double doors, you are now on the other side of the building. This is the north side of the building, next to the Coliseum. We have little study areas for students to come hang out in if they need a break between classes. And here's a view outside of that window. We also have another little study area nook right here that students can utilize. There's an elevator in this building and a dinosaur. Well, sort of. As we walk down this hallway, we are still in the Malone building, but there is a little bit of a difference in scenery. It is still a brightly colored hallway. I like to call it the mint chocolate chip hallway because that's what this wall reminds me of. You can't miss the bright blue and green. But we are now at the microbiology lab. So you come in here and this is another look at our labs that we have to offer students. Well, look who I found. I found Dr. Cheryl Sparks.
Well, I didn't expect to see all of you, but I'm so glad to see you, and I want to see you here at Howard College. We are going through a weird time, aren't we? But we want to introduce you to Howard College, and we have a great space, a great place that you can come and you can enjoy a college experience. So come see us.
We're gonna walk out the same doors of the P.W. Malone Center for the Arts and Sciences. Here's our music building right here. The Hall Center is right across from us. And the library is right next to us. I wanna get y'all a good view of the library. So this is the Anthony Hunt Library. In here we have game nights, we have all sorts of resources for students. Here we have a little food pantry set up for students in case anyone is in need of food or hygiene items. We call it the hot cupboard. Welcome to the library. Earlier I was talking about the models that students could come check out. Well, here they are. Just the same as the science lab. We also have board games, so if any students are needing to take a break from studying and really needing to clear their head, we have board games and different books that we can check out. The library also has the newest computers on campus, and we recently moved most of our collection to an online format. So that's why there's not so many books in here. They're all online. We have movies that you can check out, DVDs. I mean, really, where else can you find Labyrinth? I mean, it's kind of hard to find. So we do have all these if you're wanting to find any movies. This is also a great study space because it's always quiet in here. You always have almost a full table to yourself if you need it. And I really just think it's a great resource for our students to use. Also included in the library, we do have these sitting areas for students, but back here we have study rooms that are soundproof. We have cubicles that students can use, and we have computers that students can check out.